Now, why exactly she decided to bring him there, I don't know. Supposedly a secret area, but all the instructors, or I guess most of the instructors, were once students as well, so they're aware of the training center. They just don't do anything about it. But why she wants to meet him there is a mystery. Are they going to stand there all night and block people from wandering around? Okay, here we go. Are we going to have another friggin' tutorial? Apparently we are. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm going to junction her up, and I'll be meeting back here in a moment. Okay, ready to go. Now, something to note about her character here. The people that are brought into the garden, they're allowed to attend between the ages of 5 and 15, at least it's when they're allowed to enroll. And when they reach the age of 15, they're allowed to start taking the seed exam. So note that Quistis joined probably like at the age of 10 or something like that. Oh, here's the T-Rexar that we were talking about earlier. This thing has the ability to kick the crap out of us. I'm going to try fighting it here. If it starts winning, though, I'm going to flee. Okay, it doesn't have anything truly fantastic in its magic reserves. So I'm going to... Hold on, I'm going to hit the thing. It's possible to put this to sleep, but since I don't have the magic ability on my any of my characters, I can't really do any of that. Although I think summoning Siren might help. But she joined the garden probably about the age of 10, and the first year that she was capable of doing it, at the age of 15, she went and passed the seed exam. So she was a seed at the age of 15. And then, like, 2 years later or something like that, she managed to become an instructor at 17. And here she is at 18, so she's been an instructor for about a year, which is why she's sometimes called a rookie instructor, because she's pretty young, and she's only been doing it for about a year. But it is probably that young age and all of that she is probably considered well, she's so well liked by a lot of her students. In fact, they have a fan club that treat these as something like that, where they basically obsess over her, as strange as that may, and as awkward as that may be. Probably because she's young enough that the other students feel like they can relate to her. Thing's been silenced. I'm not entirely sure this thing really has the ability to cast magic spells, but if it does, it lost it. The sleep status ailment that she suggested that we use on it, I'm not sure if that would really have done me a whole lot of good, because, like, let's say I cast sleep on the thing, it would be asleep only as long as it took for me to attack it again. Now, if I put sleep as a status attack, which is an ability I do not currently possess, perhaps I would have been able to knock out occasionally with Squall's attack or something. It still would have been taken off the next attack that hit it. Something I remember from the first time I played this game was I had wandered into the training center back in the very beginning, and I had encountered the T-Rexar, and I put up this long fight, and eventually ended up fleeing from the battle. Not sure why I remember that, but it's something that just stuck in my memory from the first time I played the game. Quistis has the ability to use blue magic for her limit breaks. Blue magic works sort of similar to the way it does in other Final Fantasy games. There are spells that enemies use. It's not a particularly, but instead of learning it from enemies, she just sort of learns it from acquiring it through items. Right now she only has this laser eye attack, which I forget what monster uses that ability, but I'm going to take advantage of it. It's pretty high attack power, so I'm going to use it a bunch of times. God, what is your problem? Heh. 190, that is a decent attack. I mean, Squall's attack power, his regular attack power, is quite a bit higher than everyone else's because I have the way I have stuff junctioned on him. But, I mean, even though I'm not doing my attacks properly, firing the gun, he'll do something like 200 and high 60s or something like that. She's pulling around 500 every attack. So as long as I can continue to use the limit break, I'm going to, which is a definite strategy that people use in this game, keeping their characters' HPs low so they continuously use limit breaks over and over again. Also, if I had a good stock of aura spells, I'd be able to just keep casting them on my characters and use limit breaks regardless of what my HP is. If I can get the Squall's limit break, I'll be able to kick the crap out of this thing a whole lot quicker. But it's taking a while to do its attacks. Alright, I should be able to pull one off now. Crazy damage. Even though no individual attack is particularly powerful, as a whole, that did a lot of damage. If either one of my characters does go down, though, I'm going to flee from this fight, and probably edit the whole thing out. Sometimes he'll attack more, sometimes he'll attack less. He may do as few as 4 attacks, he might do as high as I think like 7, and it's dead. It depends on how low your HP is, I think. Damn, level ups. Dino Bone. That's something used for weapon upgrades. Card. And what card does is allow you to turn enemies into cards, which is useful if you want to do the card game a lot. You use card command. I'm not going to have that set up right yet. I'm going to put on Vitality Junction because it's a little more useful. And let's heal our characters up just a little bit and move on. One of the things I forgot to mention earlier, but I just noticed it now. Son of a bitch. You will get experience from a fight if you damage the enemy at all, even if you don't manage to kill them. So, it's like you can hit the enemy once and then run away, and you get a few experience points for that. Like, I'll demonstrate that here. I'm fighting this weird little thing here, and I'm going to hit it once and then flee. Okay, he's going to hit it, and then you're going to get out of here. Despite the fact that we didn't kill it, we got 58 experience points. Not a lot, no, it really won a lot, but it's how that works. I guess it's to prevent people from just fleeing from every battle and getting no experience points at all. And here's a secret area. Had I gone into here earlier, we could have seen this little walkway, but we would not have been able to run down it for like an invisible wall would have just been in the way. Oh, there are a couple of people here. 4 people. And what are we doing here? You have a problem with midnight? Oh, I did add the ages right. Excellent. Okay, so Quistis has lost her position as an instructor in the garden, and she doesn't really understand what she did wrong. She thought she was doing her best, but they say she was a failed instructor. Now, a lot of people seem to have comments about that, saying that she was a failed instructor because they were saying that she was a rookie instructor, and they were basically saying, well, it can't be helped with a rookie instructor, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. But I mean, everybody's got to be a rookie at some point, so there must be some deeper reason for it, seeing as they didn't give her more of a chance. Hey, it's that girl from the infirmary. Quistis? What? How the hell does she know who they are? Boss battle time. Now, aside from the fact that she was a rookie instructor, I'd say that the reasons for them wanting to get her out of being an instructor are plainly obvious. Now, there's a lot was made of her being a very intelligent person. She's intelligent. She has a lot of battle skills. She's a very good soldier and a very smart person. That's the reason why she was able to become a seed at the age of 15, which is very young. I mean, I guess not unheard of in this, not unheard of in this world we have here, but very, very strong accomplishment for a person. So I guess I kind of figured that she's strong, she's intelligent, she's a very capable individual, so they figured that she'd be a good instructor. But keep in mind, she is still an 18-year-old woman, and she's going through the same emotional roller coaster that we all go through at that age. So I guess they didn't really take into consideration the fact that she wouldn't be able to separate herself from her emotions the way you'd expect an older person probably shouldn't be. You'd expect an older person to be able to do. And that kind of affected her performance. And what exactly am I talking about? Well, this conversation that she had with Squall a few minutes ago is a perfect example. Well, let's just say her attraction to him is not that subtle. And once all this kind of crap went down and she lost her position in the garden, she tried to confide in him, like, here's a person that maybe would understand her, or maybe somebody she feels like she has this connection to. Now, that connection is really overstated. Squall doesn't really reciprocate the same emotions that she has, but that is potentially a reason why. It's possible that the garden itself, they saw this kind of reaction she has, the kind of attraction she has, and figures that's not appropriate, so we gotta remove her from that position. Ooh, shell. I guess she really doesn't understand how different of a person that Squall is, because I guess she keeps getting surprised over how distant he is, even though she has been, like, finishing his sentences and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of an obvious thing there. But she doesn't really understand him, and I doubt anybody really understands him. And that was one of the things that I guess was a real big risk with this game, because it's difficult to understand his character because he doesn't say much. And that's where this whole, you can read his thoughts a little bit. Sometimes when he thinks something he doesn't say, you see it printed on the screen with kind of shadowed letters, and that's reading basically his thoughts there. And that was a very important thing that they had to have in here, or else we wouldn't really ever understand him. What the hell are these people? Those workout clothes? Are they about to do Tai Chi? Who was that girl? How the hell did she know who they were? Is she some kind of stalker? Like a garden groupie or some crap like that? Well, we're done here. I think he pissed her off a little bit. Says who? Squall is the loner, and for whatever reason he feels that way, although him being an orphan is probably a pretty big influence on his life in that regard. But she thought she could make a connection with him, and she was horribly, horribly mistaken. And that probably was one of the things that probably cost her her job. And when she did lose her instructor job, she's still a seed, though. She didn't get fired from the place entirely. When she got fired, she probably thought that she probably had her opportunity now that he graduated as well, that there was a chance for her to explore those emotions, and it really didn't work out for her. Okay, so they got new rooms. Remember how small and pathetic the old one was? Well, this one's bigger with a desk and a little bit less pathetic. I don't think he really cares that you got a bigger room.